Check it. Alright guys, what is up? I am back with another AMC and APE update, and obviously today was AMC's earnings call. So much data to cover, and I give you my honest opinion in this video. I don't think Adam Aron is to be trusted. I don't think the reverse split is in our best interest. I also go over the technical data and fundamental data, looking at every price point, support and resistance, and what I see going on in the charts and where I think we are headed. So let's go ahead and check out the charts, the facts, the fundamental data, and see what we have going on. Alright guys, what is up? I am back with another update for AMC and APE stock only. So much to cover. Of course, we had earnings call today. So much to talk about. And now you guys see why I say Adam Aron is a snake. As you guys can see, the questions he was answering made no sense, and he just sounded bad answering them. If you think about it, he said he wants to take AMC APE and do a 10-to-1 reverse split, and that would make AMC trade at about a 10 multiple. So that means AMC would be about $60-$70 right now, but I bet you know what would happen. The same thing that would happen when they moved AMC to APE. They're going to short it down. They're going to rob us of value. AMC will be trading at like $20. They'll do the reverse split. You'll lose all of your shares. AMC won't be trading at the value, and they'll erase FTDs, which are so important to the AMC squeeze, because right now we are on the threshold security list for like the 16th, 17th day. After 13 days, that's absolutely illegal. Things are getting absolutely crazy for AMC, and I believe that if you do the reverse split, that's going to take away the QSIP numbers, and then we will not have these FTDs, which are piling up, causing a massive amount of problems for AMC or for AMC shorts. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So I do not think the reverse split is a good idea. And he seemed to be dancing around the question when I was asked, well, why can't we just take AMC and convert it to APE? Or convert APE to AMC without doing the reverse split. And he's like, oh, we can, but blah, blah, blah. Listen, he did a political answer and walked around that. The only thing I would support is converting AMC or APE into AMC so they can gain more money for the company. That's the only thing I would support, because then it would avoid dilution. And they could do that without doing dilution. And that is what they need to do. They can make money without doing dilution. And they're saying, well, the APE price is too low. Well, it's at $2. And if you did your job and fought against the short sellers, then it wouldn't be $2, because APE is listed as the #1 shorted stock, as Yahoo's shorted stock. So, like, obviously something is wrong. So this is what I'm looking at with that, and that is just my personal opinion. I know people think that Adam Aron is for us, and I think he's just for the company, but I think he wants to save his banker buddies instead of us. I think that doing a reverse split will erase the change in the QSIP number, will erase these FTDs, which are so important to the squeeze. Why I think we've seen recent price action recently is because of all these FTDs, and that is what I'm looking at with that as far as that's concerned. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at the technical analysis, look at the fundamental data, and see what we have going on. So I'm first going to cover APE and then AMC. So basically APE filled that $1.90 gap fill. We are still consolidating inside of this falling wedge. Basically we had a false breakout to the downside. As you guys can see, we're still inside of it on the larger time frames. Basically a wick to the downside, so that's not a confirmation because we didn't have a close below it. And as you guys can see, we're still consolidating down. We could come all the way down to about $1.60 really, and still be really bullish on APE. I think that APE is one of the more manipulated stocks. I think it's more manipulated than AMC. And I think that it's more shorted than AMC. And if AMC gets shorted down the way it does, what do you think they're doing with APE? And that means that it could also have much more squeeze potential because of all the manipulation. But I think that means there's more risk involved. And the more risk, there's more reward. So that is just my personal opinion with APE. Support zones I'm looking at are $1.60, $1.90. $2 and $2.10. So if we get above any of the $2 range to $2.10 range, I'd be looking at that as support. I'm also looking at $1.80 or $1.90, and then $1.60 as support, or $1.65 around that range as support. So if we do get any lower, I'd be looking at those ranges for a bounce. But a falling wedge has a 2 out of 3 chance to break to the upside. So I am looking for a pop on APE soon. But until then, probably just sideways or downways consolidation for the next couple days. As you guys can see, each one of these spaces equals a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 days. I know that's not what people want to hear, but if AMC doesn't absolutely take off and just start running, I don't think APE is going to just start running unless we see, some type of trigger or reaction for that, maybe due to the vote or something of that nature. So that's what I'm looking at for APE. And that is just my personal opinion on APE. I am extremely bullish on APE, but it's on a falling wedge, so it's basically going to consolidate bullishly sideways, down, and slightly down, and then break out of the falling wedge when it is time. So that is just my personal opinion on APE. So let's go ahead and look at AMC. So the technicals are very, very clear on AMC. We have a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we are still in a uptrend ever since we broke out of the 2-year sloping downtrend resistance. So as you guys can see, we broke out of that, tested the top of it, and now we're in an uptrend as I marked in this red line. And we're still using this red line, this upsloping resistance as support. Support/resistance as support, and as you guys can see, we are easily just up maintaining this uptrend. So this is not anything to be worried about in my personal opinion. As you can see, it was kind of like a head and shoulders or a double top. As you can see, you have a top and then a slightly higher top, which is like a classic double top. If you go into smaller time frames, you can kind of see head and shoulders. So this would be a shoulder, a head, and then a shoulder. But either way, it's a topping pattern. So we had a top out of this huge, massive run that we had. And I think that it's bullish that we consolidated slightly above the last breakout point. So if you guys look, we had this nice run up here, boom, consolidated sideways in this little channel right here between, let's see, slightly between about $6 and $6.35. And as you guys can see, we came back down and then bounced off about $6.35 right above that consolidation channel. If I marked it with a rectangle, as you guys can see, it'd be right here. Boom, 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 boom. Support and resistance, and we bounced right off the top of that. So that is extremely bullish. I really wanted to see, I knew this was going to pull back. I said RSI was way too hot on the daily and the 4-hour time frame, and we definitely got it to cool down. So that's something good for us. Now we can have room to move to the upside. But I knew this pullback was going to come because we were overextended from the Bollinger Bands. The move was way too fast, up way too fast. So unless we started to absolutely just squeeze, this is what I expected the pullback. So looking in for till tomorrow, again, my support and resistance zone. So I'd be looking at $6, $6.25, $6.50, $7, $7.25, $7.50 for support and resistance. If we do get a bounce in, or if we do get more pullback tomorrow, I don't think that's going to happen. I think tomorrow's going to be our up day. I think we're going to have a nice green day, a nice return from this. We need to keep momentum, and that is just my personal opinion. So I do think we're going to have a nice bounce tomorrow, but we will see what happens. If you do see any downside, look for $6 or $6.25 as support, $6.35 as support. But as far as I can see, earnings already came out, and after hours is very, very easy to manipulate. So I think we're going to have strong bullish momentum. They used all of the short shares that they had. We literally watched this during the stream that I had. As you guys can see, if I update this even right now, they've been shorting it, shorting it, shorting it. And as of 19 minutes, they have 350,000 shares. They had 700,000 all day. And basically, when Adam Aron started talking during the earnings call, they started dumping their short shares. Their shares are short. And then it slowly went down to 350,000. And this is all they got out of it. So that is extremely bullish to me. The double top played out and it broke us down to where we needed to be. Now we can start continuing up for the upside to continue in this uptrend. I do think that the uptrend is going to continue because if we look at metrics like on the alligator and things like that, we do see bullish momentum still occurring in the stock. If we go ahead and put on the indicators for the alligator, we can see on the bigger time frames that So the alligator is used to determine like momentum and stuff like that. As you guys can see, when the move has a lot of momentum, the bands are far apart. The green band is bullish, the blue band is bearish, and as you can see on a bearish move, the blue band's on top, and then on a bullish move, the green band's on top. And when there's a lot of momentum, when the move's in the middle, when it has a lot of momentum in the move, you can see that the bands are far apart. And as you guys can see, the bands are still far apart on the bigger time frames, on the 4-hour time frame and on the daily time frame. So I believe this move still has a ton of momentum. They're literally starting to curl to the upside, and even the EMAs as well are starting to curl to the upside, and this is basically almost a parabolic takeoff. I do think we could see a pop based on all of these metrics. Maybe RSI cool down one more day, like Wednesday, and then we have a rip Tuesday or Thursday, but we are definitely getting a bounce. We are definitely maintaining this uptrend. This is just what the technical analysis is telling me, and this is just what I'm looking at. We have short interest getting extremely crazy. It's at 25.52%. The whole 2 years of me watching AMC stock, I have not seen short interest this high. So things are getting absolutely wild. And this is plenty of short interest to see a short squeeze. Cost to borrow is slowly dropping, but cost to borrow slowly dropping or suddenly dropping could actually be a sign of a potential squeeze. If you go ahead and look up signs for a short squeeze, sudden drop in cost to borrow is actually one of those signs, but it's still extremely high, about 180, 190% overall, and that's still putting a lot of pressure on the shorts. It's still over 100%. Anything over 100% could easily cause a short squeeze. The max pain is around $7. I really don't pay too much attention to max pain, but it is a data point. It is something to look at. So we can look about the $7 range as somewhere that we'll probably be closing on Friday around the $7 range. That is not my personal opinion. That's just what I'm looking at on max pain. We do have a ton of gamma in the call options that could easily push us up if we do get past the $7, $8 mark and hold that. That gamma could easily push us to 10, 12, 13 $13. As you guys can see, there's a ton of call options accumulating in those ranges, 10, 12, 13 $13. So we could easily see a gamma squeeze. And remember, AMC's on the securities threshold list for like the 17th, 18th day. Absolutely illegal. FTDs are piling up. We do not want to reverse split to erase the QSIP numbers. We do not want to let them rob us and take away our value, because we've seen what happened with APE. They're just going to take away your shares and take away your value. It's not going to trade at a 10x multiple. That's why when he talked about it, he sounded so shady and so unsure. He knew he was lying. He knew he was trying to set us up. You could hear it in his voice in the earnings call. That is just my personal opinion. Go ahead and play back the stream if you want to hear it. But he just didn't sound very, very honest at all. But guys, all the technicals are telling me that this move is not over yet. We still are maintaining an uptrend, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. We got a beautiful bounce at a higher low on the smaller time frames. Beautiful breakout of this falling wedge. As you guys can see, the alligator on the smaller time frames are showing that this bearish move to the downside is coming to an end, and the bullish band is starting to curl up. On the bigger time frames, the alligator is looking like absolutely parabolic, like we could just launch any second. We have the Bollinger Bands getting back to normal because we were overextended on these time frames, but things are looking extremely good in my opinion. We also have on the 4-hour time frame, we have a golden cross on I believe on the 4-hour time frame. So let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame. Yes, so we still have this golden cross. So anytime you have the 50 EMA, which is the gold line, cross above the 200 EMA, that's a golden cross. And if you look on the 4-hour time frame, we still have our golden cross, which is extremely, extremely, extremely bullish. We're still above the 50 EMA on the daily time frame, extremely bullish. We hit our head on the 200 EMA. If we get above the 200 EMA, expect to see extreme price action. And I always talk about the golden zone, because if we break past $8 to $12, we will see a lot of price action, because if you look at the volatility past these price points, you guys can see that we easily, once we get past $8 to $12, we have a lot of price action, a lot of volatility, and things could get very, very crazy very, very quickly. We also have the green weekly MACD that I always like to talk about. That normally indicates a run on the bigger time frames, and it's the bigger movements. These are the things that you want to look at. And we also have the Bollinger Bands getting very, very tight on the weekly time frame, indicating a large move is coming to the upside. So we go ahead and put on the Bollinger Bands, and I'll go ahead and do that for you guys and then wrap up the video. But this is basically it, guys. I covered all the fundamental data, letting you know what I think about Adam Aron, and those are just my honest opinions. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands getting tight. They start getting tight on themselves when a large move is coming. They're basically like a squeeze indicator. As you guys can see, they're starting to curl in on themselves. Boom, move to the upside. They got overextended because that move, but they still started curling in on themselves, move to the upside, and again, starting curling in on themselves, getting very, very tight with a possible move to the upside coming in the future once we get this uptrend and break out of these. So as you guys can see, things are set up for a squeeze. I think we can run before the date. We have that delay. We have the delay coming up, so hopefully that delay comes into play. We will see. I was hoping they would talk about that more. I think the popcorn is very, very bullish. I think the fundamentals are improving. I think there's no better way to squeeze shorts out of their position and destroy the short thesis. I do think Adam Aron wants to help save the company, but I also think he's playing both sides. That's the easiest way to explain it. So guys, that is basically it in a nutshell. Hopefully you found the video informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. You can check out my Discord and Twitter. They're absolutely free. I drop updates there as well. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and if you comment, it will help more people see the video, and I'll really appreciate it. You can also check out my Discord. It's absolutely free, and Twitter as well, absolutely free. I drop stock picks there, day trades, updates on AMC, and you can ask me questions, anything else. So if you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content, and as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.